Okay, people, I'm gonna try to fly through this here. I always say that, and it never works. But anyway, today is September 4th, I believe. It's 2017. Anyway, I just wanted to mention a few things that I saw, or was just kind of going through my head today or whatever. And there's still remain every time there's okay, I'll just do a short one today, but so far it's the same three things that keep coming back up. So before I get to that real quick, let me just mention that I did kind of a written version on this hurricane Irma, all of the sudden, what looks very much so to be man-made, I don't know, I guess you would say, I don't know how you put it, weather weapons or whatever. I just say man-made hurricanes anyway. The ones that look like they're coming from, the same, a roundabout area down there in the South Atlantic. I don't know why somebody didn't go down there and check that out. I've also, heard that, there's, let's just say, little land masses down there that aren't necessarily mapped, and, kind of the reason why they keep you talking about Antarctica, but very strange. It's never the Arctic. And you better believe if it was me, that's the first place I'd be looking, because as I'll go over, and I promise I'll get to it, I just haven't had time yet, but I'll go over some of the main nasty habits they have. One of them is called look over here. I just call it look over here. That's my actual name for the nasty habit. That particular one is look over here, when they're actually doing something way over there, and you better be looking way over there when they say look over here. Everything is opposite, everything's reverse, and that's the second one, I guess, or another one anyway. I'll go over those. Now this is just stuff that again, that I found to be in common, and that's just a particular viewpoint in things, just in a general way of speaking. All right, so but I had gone over that yesterday in written form, keeping in tradition with that opposite reverse theme. I had, it was very strange. I had kind of played with things, and, as bad as that seems, Hurricane Irma, to me, sure seems to be more like Hurricane Hiram, with the anagram and the H for hurricane. Well, you end up with Hiram, and it explains all that in there, plus a lot more. Right behind that is Hurricane Jose, I think. Jose. And I included a little kind of self-quiz in there for you, but it just looks like it's the same entity behind each one, and it's, every one of them's named for a particular reason, and I even include Jose's one in there too, so check that out. Okay, so people, I just wanted to stress really quick, if you don't want this nation's colors to change from red, white, and blue to red, white, and black, somebody better do something, say something, or what have you. I don't know why there's not too many people that realize it. I mean, I've already spoken about this like 2 or 3 times before in some of the prior updates. Some of them still aren't up there yet. I'm trying to get them up as best I can, so just bear with me. But well, I guess there's, they're facts, so I don't have to give you generalizations here, and one of them, I mean, if any of you are familiar with my story, you'll know that highly likely, very likely, more than likely, maybe, could be, possibly, that what seems to be like I'm very closely monitored or something. So, and the only reason I'm beginning to put stuff up here now is because it just seemed magical that every time I'd write something down in a memoir, I'd see it the very next evening on somebody's, or should I say one of those shill accounts, or one of the shills, brand new, featured in one of their brand new, presentations, videos, articles, or whatever you want to say it. Yay, one of the hall monitors just went by, one of their, well, it's funny, I only see the same two that go by. Every time when I just come down to one of the few places, I seem to put these voice notes down. Okay, anyhow, I'll give an example. One of the notes I had mentioned was regarding a particular wireless phone company. Could have been Verizon, maybe, I'm not sure. Best of my recollection. Anyway, the colors red, white, and black. Okay, well, big deal. Well, they know, and they know I know. So, and I'm not just talking as far as that fact. I'm talking about on the colors. I'm talking about what they're doing. It hasn't been just recently. It's been for years, as I finally realized not too long ago. And not just these voice memos. It's been everything from business ideas to, it's been years when they find a very creative person, which I am. I don't mind admitting. And I never boast or brag about myself, ever. And those of the people who know me know that. I always kind of actually go the other way with it, just to kind of joke around on myself. But anyway, I will admit that, and very much so. So after I realized that, it's been lines that I've caught actual original lines that I've come up with, just as a dramatic way to respond to all this crap that they've done to me in the past, 5.5, 6, 7 years. Even end up in movies and or TV shows, commercials, whatever. It's just, I don't mind, but as we're supposed to be getting anyway, it'd be nice to be compensated for it. Even though we're supposed to be compensated already anyway, it'd be nice to be, have the credit or compensated for it, one way or the other, both maybe, who knows. Instead of, seeing someone's, offspring or their relative of a relative of a friend or whoever, end up with all the credit and the work credit and all the compensation for it, Anyhow, so this issue of red, white, and black. Oh, by the way, I never did finish that. I'm sorry. Last sentence. The dude comes out in like 2 weeks after I had laid that down. Comes out in a brown jacket on the next released commercial. Like, we don't know what those colors separate into. People, please. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is come back, since this is running already off of part 1, as I knew this was gonna happen. It does every time. And I'll come back in part 2 here, and we'll kind of get down to business here on the red, white, and black. And oh, I hate that subject after that. So I'll be right back with you. But